Hey guys, it's Rexy here and welcome to a tips and tricks tutorial on Star Wars Battlefront 2. Today I'm going to show you guys different variations and different combos which you can use for lunges in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let's begin. Now there are so many variations when it comes down to plunging in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm going to show you guys the different ways and techniques which you can use these lunges to effectively, and most important the pros and cons to each lunge variation. First off, the most easiest lunge to learn is the backwards lunge. This is a great way to throw your enemies off guard and cover some distance at the same time. Furthermore, you can do loads of combos while using the backwards lunge. I highly recommend using it to full advantage when you can. To perform a backwards lunge is very simple. What you need to do is dodge your enemy, and as soon as you dodge backwards, press the R2 button, like so. At the peak of the dodge, press R2 or the attack button to lunge at your enemy. The only con I can really say about backward lunges, it can be very predictable, especially against more advanced duelists. You'll most likely get parried or get comboed if you constantly do these, so I recommend keeping the download against more advanced duelists and trying to learn against more new duelists. Okay, next up you have lunges. While everyone can perform a lunge, it's a certain way to do lunges which makes you cover more ground and get closer to your opponent. What many people don't know, if you keep your cursor upon your opponent, you're able to lunge them a lot more effectively. This means you can cover more ground and be a lot more aggressive. This is good when you're playing against someone who tends to use the stamina up a lot, meaning you can apply more pressure and deal more damage. I can't say anything negative about this technique. The only thing you should really be cautious about if your enemy has their abilities ready on standby. Okay, lastly, the last lunge I want to explain to you guys today is the angle lunge. Now what an angle lunge is basically when you do a normal backwards lunge, but instead of doing a backwards lunge, what you would do, you would turn your camera about 180 degrees to get behind them, causing them to stagger. To simplify what an angle lunge is, what you would do, instead of doing a normal backwards lunge, you would turn your camera angle about 180 degrees to get behind them, causing them to stagger. Now for those who don't know what a stagger is, it's kind of hard to explain as there's no real definition and there's not much of a counter for it either. Best way to explain it is when you get to the side of your enemy, causing them to stagger or stumble. This leaves them vulnerable about a second or two, meaning you can take full advantage of it. It's very inconsistent and sometimes can work in favour but also work against you. Most people don't do this intentionally either, it just tends to happen. The only downside to an angle lunge, it can be very inconsistent. Sometimes I don't even get the angle lunge in the first place, or when I do go for an angle lunge, I don't get behind them. I'm still getting used to this technique myself, nor have I seen many other duelists use it against me, so feel free to give it a go in a few duels, and feel free to let me know in the comments how it goes for you. And those are 3 lunging techniques which you can use more effectively in duels. I want to thank you if you got on this far in the video. This is my first time doing a tips and tricks video in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I hope to do more videos like this in the future. Please like and subscribe if you want more content like this, and I'll see you out on the Battlefront.